My aim with this video is to help you realize that with these questions, you can reanalyze what happened and you can kind of make peace with yourself, and it's going to give you a closure for your future. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's coffee chat. As you can tell, I'm quite comfortable in my little winter, how is it called in English? This robes. Yeah, I think they're called robes. I'm quite comfortable, and I can guarantee you that after this video, you'll also be very comfortable because I'm gonna be talking about questions you can ask yourself when your best friend chose their partner over you. Why is this such an important topic to talk about? Let's begin with that. So there's a lot of times, especially when people are younger, when they favor love over friendship. And you know, it can happen to you, but it doesn't mean that it will always happen to you. But I still think that it's very important to talk about this because a lot of people feel traumatized after an event like this. My best friend chose their own partners over a friendship, especially if we're talking about a friendship of 10, even plus 10 years. And I have 5 questions here that you can ask yourself to 1, heal from this event, 2, make amends, or 3, accept what happened. So the first thing that I want you to do or want you to ask yourself is, what would you have done if you were in their shoes? A lot of times when people do something to me, either bully me, say something rude, or just simply try to hurt me, I ask myself, what would I do if I were in their shoes? You know, you don't know what they are going through, right? So when people do something like that, I just always ask myself, like, okay, what would I have done if I were in their position? Of course, it's quite hard not to take something like this super personal, and I'm not saying you shouldn't take it personal, because I would also take it super personal. I'm just saying that imagine you're 16 and you fell in love with someone. Of course, you would prioritize that over your friend. It doesn't mean it's okay. I'm just saying that try to think about, would you have done the same? Maybe yes, maybe no. But before you jump into conclusions, think about, like, what would you have done if you were in their positions? The second thing is, because a lot of people like to immediately mourn this whole friendship, is just ask yourself, can this be solved, right? So the fight happened yesterday. The fight happened an hour ago. That thing can still be solved, right? It's not like it's gone and I can never talk to this girl or guy again, but just try to remember that it can still be solved, right? Probably the answer is going to be yes. So if it can still be solved, then why are you waiting? Why are you whining? Why are you crying? Why aren't you out trying to fix that thing? Why aren't you out trying to fix that problem? You know, you have a problem, find a solution, not a time to complain, because by complaining, you will not get your best friend back. But by communicating, by saying, look, you've spent so much time with this person lately and I feel super neglected, even though we've been friends for years, more than 10 years. Just give it a go. You know, you never know what happens unless you try. Next thing I want you to ask yourself is this the first time that this happened? The reason why it's important is because I specifically believe in second chances. So if someone does me wrong the first time, there is a very high possibility that I'm gonna give another chance to that person. And there are only some specific cases where I'm like, no, you played your one chance, but majority of the time I will give that second chance. And if it was the first time they did that, give that second chance, because you have nothing to lose. Literally, if you give another chance and they do you wrong again, you know you learned your lesson. And if they actually change by the time you give them that second chance, you know that you kind of did well, you know, by giving the other chance. So if this was their first time, give the chance. But if this wasn't their first time, then I would seriously consider, giving this second chance. Because If it was the 5th or 6th time, why are you still bothering giving them a chance? So there's going to be a 7th, 8th time. But if it was a friend that, you have no other friends, she was your childhood friend, or he's, I don't know, you guys been through so much, then maybe it is worth that 3rd or 4th chance. But just make sure that each time you give another chance, you explain something, you ask for something. The second time you give a chance, okay, you made a mistake, that's fine, we're human, we make mistakes. The 3rd time, say like, look, I already gave you a second chance, you didn't take it, I want you to be like this, tell them what you want, tell them your needs. Otherwise, how is she gonna know? Or how he's gonna act? They don't know unless you speak. And you don't have to be demanding, I only take you back if you're gonna be like this, blah, blah. No, but just say like, look, I understand you have a boyfriend, I understand you have a girlfriend, but I miss hanging out. So let's find a compromise, But if you don't communicate, but you still keep giving them a chance, nothing will happen. If you want to paint a picture and you never take a painting course, it's always going to be the same picture. The moment you take the painting course, your picture, your painting will be way better. The next thing that I want you to ask is, how long has this been going on? Because majority of the time in a relationship, the first few months are like the honeymoon phase, right? So people cannot get enough of each other. They want to spend 24/7 together. As a best friend, it's your job to be understanding. As a best friend, it's your responsibility to support your friend no matter what. So if they've been dating for a week and they spend 5 days together, let them be. Let them be happy. If they've been dating for a year and your best friend still doesn't even reach out to you anymore, then you can start worrying. But before, keep in mind that, this is something they're going through the first time probably, or the second time. It doesn't even matter how many times, because the first is always good, the first with someone. So just really be patient and think that, it's not the end of the world. Eventually you guys will grow up, and eventually you will also find someone. Or if you are already in a relationship, you know exactly how it feels to be with someone and want to spend 24 hours with that person. So ask yourself, how long has this been going on? If it's a few months, give it time. If it's, I don't know, a year or even more, then you can start communicating about this. And the last question is probably the most important. Is this the sole reason why he or she has been distant? See, a lot of times people think, oh yeah, she doesn't text me back because she has a boyfriend. But is this the real reason? Or is there something underlying that you guys just didn't communicate about? Communication is key. And if you cannot communicate, then I cannot communicate for you. Nobody can communicate for you, right? Other than you. So really think about, was it because you weren't supportive? Was it because you didn't reach out to her or him? Was it for anything else? But was it something that you could have done, but because of the lack of communication, it never came to it? Think about it. And after you have an answer to all these 5 questions, then you can start fighting. Then you can start creating problems. Then you can start overthinking. But unless you have a solid answer to all these 5 questions, I would say do not start a fight. Do not think that it's only the other person that is responsible, because I believe no matter what happens in life, there is not solely your or his fault or your or her fault. It's always in relationship, in friendships, it's always 20%, 80%, 30, 70, whatever. It's never 100 or 0. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comment sections if there's any other topic you want me to talk about. If not, I'm gonna keep bringing my own topics, my own experience, and yeah, my own advice. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on any more coffee chats or apparently water chats. I know last week it was a tea chat. This week it's a water. I swear to God, next week is going to be an actual coffee chat and I'm going to have my own coffee. So if you don't want to miss out that video, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell, and I'm going to see you guys next week. Bye bye.